Okay, so a quick review. We have the enemy spawn system. Now we want them to actually go from this portal to this portal, and that's it basically. Okay, so now this is the end result. So let's just go briefly on what we are actually doing inside the monster class. So we want to move our monster, right? So it starts in the portal position. We calculate the path, right, from where we are standing, because path is actually null at the beginning. And then we say that path 0 in our case would be the starting position. So in the first instance, current is actually going to be equal to path 0. This is going to happen every time we calculate the path. Okay, so what we're going to say, we remove the first index of the path. We don't care about it. We are every time we want to know where we are standing on the path and move to the next node. When we get to the next node, we want to remove it from our path and say, okay, now go to the next one, and go to the next one, and go to the next one. And this is what we are going to do. So here we say if we got to the next target, just remove our next target and then do nothing, right? And on the other hand, if we didn't reach the target, right, so current is not equal to the next step, we just need to calculate in which direction we need to move, and then we simply move to there. So how do we calculate the position? We need to create some function to get the position from the next node, and then we subtract our position, and this gives us the vector of movement in the direction we actually need to go. And we have some speed and speed factor, so we can control how fast we're actually moving, and we just add it to our position. First of all, we get the path we calculate the path. One quick note, our pathfinding gives us the path in reverse, so we just reverse it again. So now the first index is the start of the path. We want to say this. So if current is equal path dot 0, we want to do something, right? What we want to say, we want to say that private dot next, so what we're gonna do is say path dot remove at 0, right? So we remove the first index. Okay, what the next step? We're gonna say else. Else we want to move our actually monster, right? So how we're gonna handle this? We would say that transform.position is going to be equal to okay, so first of all, for our own sake and sanity, public void public vector free get position, right? So what is going to be get position? It's going to return this board.train, so local position, terrain dot transform dot position, right? So return terrain dot transform dot position, right? And actually just return the transform. Okay, whatever. And now we want to say dir is gonna be vector var dir is gonna be right? So node. Okay. But what we want to say is, instead of always getting the first index, we would just say private node next, and right, so here if current is equal to 0 and next not equal to end, so if next is equal to target node, we just return for now. Else a var here is going to be, okay, next step, next is going to be a path 0. Okay, wait a second, like this. Now this going to be transformed next dot get position minus transform dot position, and right, this is going to be removed, and let's say dir is going to be dir dot normalized, and here we just simply add dir, right? And if transform dot position dot vector free the distance between transform dot position and our why do we need this? So if dir dot sqr magnitude is less than, let's say, 0.5 times 0.5, like so, we would say current is equal to next, right? And that's it. Okay, what we want to do next is nothing. So this is it. Okay, and this should work. Let's test this. Except he won't look at the direction, but whatever. Works, right? So it's way too fast, like way too fast. Right, so we want to say public float speed, and let's set it to be 0.1f. Let's set it to be 10 or something, and private const speed factor, and let's make it to be something like this. Float. Okay, so speed times speed factor. And with that, still way too fast. Right, so we can say something like this. Okay, let's build stuff, and it doesn't work, right? So why it doesn't work? Well, when we build something, it doesn't change the path of our unit, so path is still the same. What we need to do is actually use this reverse path function. Okay, so how we gonna do this? So we go inside our monster spawner. In here, let's create this spawn monster list, and all we need to do is just remember what monster have we spawned, so we add this in here. Now next step, we add a function public void reset all path for each monster in spawn monsters, and we say monster.reset path, and now something must call this, so we go inside our board. Let's use spawner.reset path all. Go inside the node, still it doesn't calling, so when should we reset the path? So again, if the type was 0 and we build something, we want in here to say board.reset path all. Now let's try this. And yeah, like you see, it's fine because this white path is actually representing the best path from this portal to this portal, but it doesn't take into account that some monsters might be in the middle of nowhere, and for that reason we just don't need this, right? We can simply comment all of this. Now we can go inside the board and say let's spawn 10 enemies and not 1. And you would see that they would choose different paths. Right, so if I build something here, 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 and here, and let's try to block them. Right, so I can't block this, so we actually fixed this issue, and you can see that all the monsters are going nicely to the best way. Now we can actually increase the speed of each monster, so let's make them go the speed 30 or even faster. Yeah, so everything working just fine. Okay, so this is almost the end. All we need to do is just say rotate our body to look at the target, right? So just for someone that didn't know, and I didn't know it either, we can just say transfer that up. So this is actually the look rotation of up. So this would be our y-axis, and this is actually the forward of our enemy, and if we set it to be there, it should look exactly what we need, right? And if we now say, you can see that this is working just right, but they are kind of like rotating too fast, right? And we can actually fix this. How should we fix this? Let's say transfer.up times 97 plus dir times 0.3. Right, so why can't we F and F? Okay, and now they should rotate slower. Right, so we are, instead of now this doesn't even work. This is way too slow, and we can just play with it. And this is it. Thank you for watching.